Hey, what's up? It's another episode of Watch U Strappin. These aren't watch reviews per se. Maybe watch. Well, they could be a supplemental review, supplement to an existing review, which I have not done of this watch just yet, or basically ongoing user experience. But primarily, these are wristwatch checks with a strap pairing to show the combination. And today, I've got back on my Swatch Omega by Swatch. Speedmaster MoonSwatch, the 1965. It's a fairly recent release. Right now it is mid-May, and this was out on, March 1st. So almost 2 months, not quite a month and a half out. But as far as MoonSwatches goes, with a basic, I wouldn't say it's basic. There is a trick to this chronograph features as well because of the what it celebrates and how it does it. But other than that, I think the only recent MoonSwatches or MoonSwatch that's been out is like a pink mission to the Earth phase, right? It's the Earth phase and the Moon phase. You might know the one if you're following swatches. Anyways, this is the one I picked. I really like the look of it when it came out. Obviously, I've been a fan of not necessarily obviously, but I have been a fan of the actual Omega Speedmaster Professional with the white dial. Yeah, I don't have quite $8,100 plus tax, which will probably send it into the $9,000 range for a brand new one. And there's still kind of a wait list for those things, I think. Yeah, this definitely, at least aesthetically, pretty much satisfies what I wanted out of that watch. I would say it's about 85%, 90. I mean, you don't get the stainless steel case. Of course, you don't get the actual nice movement, and it isn't just Omega. You know, it's not a collab watch, and of course, you don't get that nice bracelet that comes with, and a lot of things. But otherwise, around the tachymeter and the dial, I would say that's a good chunk of the aesthetics of that watch, and it's captured here. Anyways, yeah, I figure it's right now. It is a Sunday. It is actually Mother's Day, so I should get my ass moving. But this, out of all the watches I have, I feel like this was the most appropriate one that would suit the day for some reason. Maybe because it's so light colored and clean. Everything else currently is very sporty and dark, or otherwise, yeah, it doesn't really feel like a day to watch, a day to wear, a watch to wear on a day like today. Anyways, I picked this up fairly recently. I think it's been a fairly recent release as well. Swatch has had on their website. I think you can only get them through there. You can't get them at the very few retail stores. You can get these new, I would say, upgraded MoonSwatch straps, which are made of like a rubber material instead, and they're quite thin, quite pliable, and they come in different sizes, from small to, I think, extra large. I have a large for my 7-inch wrist, and it fits it just perfectly. I think I used up all the Velcro, hook and loop, all the way through, so there's not much showing. It's about as far as I can pull it up. I think it's any more than the loop part, I guess, starts to want to turn over, and you don't want it to. That's one of the purposes of getting this watch, because in this area right here, this length right here, is about an inch or a quarter or so of material. You can see where it's just folded over. There's no Velcro, so that allows it to really fold over nicely. I think that was one of the main problems. That was probably the main problem for me, at least, of the original strap. It wasn't uncomfortable. It wasn't the best material necessarily, but it was comfortable. But it's the bulk, or at least the where it folded over, it always bulges out weird because of the way the Velcro is on there. And then it doesn't, you have the strap comes through, and then all of a sudden when it hits the part where it folds over, it kind of, you'll know what I mean if you've seen it or you own one of these. And so, yeah, not my, that's the main thing I didn't like about. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, it's not a bad strap. So these MoonSwatch straps have been around, somewhat new too, but I know they've I don't even know when they came out, but they probably maybe about a year by now. But they've made them for the other, just about all the moon swatches that you can think of, all the original solar system ones that came out. What were those? 10 or 11 of them, because let's see, the sun and the moon is not considered a planet, and there are currently 8 planets, right? Is there anything else that I'm missing? They took out Pluto, didn't they? I don't think there's a mission to Pluto, is there? But it's not no longer considered a planet anymore. It used to be a 9th planet, but I think now we're down at 8 plus 2. So yeah, maybe it is 10. 10. I can't remember. But anyways, the original ones, they all had those colors that match like the original strap colors. Then they also had a white on with black print and a reverse black or white print, I think, with a all black or all white hardware that matched. That was mainly focused, I think, on the Snoopy moon phases that were just in white and black. Then they also have some that fit the later moon swatches. I think the ones that were around the Earth that have like that were like, I think there's one on the Northern Lights or Aurora Borealis or something like that, right? It's got like the bright green and I think dark blue. Forget the exact colorways. And then there's one for lava, and then there's that was more reddish or orange. Pretty cool one. And there should be a third one too, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And then they had those, and then they also have the mission to the moon phases, which they match with the whatever the colors were for that one. And then they actually, even though the pink one came out later, they even had a match for that. And I was like, what the hell is the one for the 1965, which would be the original strap was like just like this. Basically, it was matching gray to the case. Basically, it actually had matching hardware that was this gray as well with a white print, and they didn't have that. I was like, what? And I kept checking and I kept checking, and finally, I believe it was at the earlier this month in May that I was just happened to, I came and checked, and I looked and I was like, wait, there it is. And the gray with gray, that's basically what they call it. They don't call it like mission to the moon, mission to, I guess it can't say mission to 1965. They would say it's a 1965. Oh, it just says gray and gray, but this is it. It has a gray matching hardware, just like the original, and the gray, basically the strap material is basically matching this. Of course, it's in the new rubber material, which is much nicer. And again, they come in different sizes so that it can accommodate all sorts of wrist sizes and not have that. You don't have to worry about the bulge that would come out here anymore because of the way it's designed now. It's just very nice and very comfortable, and there's a lot of other features, but I'm not going to get into it right now because I kind of talked about the ones that I got already. I did get the Snoopy one, which white and black, which matches this theme here with the dial, obviously, and the original, the mission to the moon one, which is like a black with a light gray print, and it did actually have a gray hardware in there. Those two were the only ones that I felt were the best match. The Mercury one could have done it. I think it's a dark gray with dark gray hardware, but I didn't feel it as much. I was like, I'll hold off. I know for sure the Snoopy and the Mission to the Moon ones were definitely a better match. And then now they finally got this. Yay! That's what I've been waiting for. The only complaint, well, it's not even a complaint so much, but I say that I wish that they, since they were doing this colorway to match this watch, obviously, and I wish they would have just done the extra effort to have had the vintage Omega logo that they had applied on the original strap, as well as on this dial, as actually even on the crown. I don't know if you can see it there. It's upside down. Let me just flip it around real quickly so it's right side up or closer to it. Right there. So there you go. Yeah, see, it's got the vintage one. I wish they would have done that with this as well, just for this strap, so that it all looked like it was, originally kind of as a original alternative for this specific watch. But I'm okay with it. This is the current modern Omega logo, which is fine. And those who have asked, and I don't think I mentioned it necessarily on the previous any previous video necessarily so much, but I can't catch it. There is indeed an S printed on the crystal, as they should have. It's just super fine and very faint that I can only capture it at certain angles, and I really have to zoom up. And certain lighting scenarios, I'll just catch the catch it on the crystal. But anyways, it is there. It's just doesn't show up that all as easily as maybe some of the other ones, but that's okay. I know it's there, and honestly, I rarely even, that's the least detail that I would be the last priority of details that I would be looking at on this watch. Anyways, it's a cool watch. I know some people said already MoonSwatch fatigue, as have I been, but that's actually because of that I feel like the hype has died down for it, that it's attracted me back to it. I didn't want to buy into necessarily a watch that was super hyped up. That's not to say that I haven't bought a watch because of that, because I certainly have, but this was so greatly done and overdone and that yeah, I just had no interest, and that's the difficulty of kind of getting these. Primarily I have to find a Swatch retail store. Otherwise, majority of these are still not available online. Slowly they're being introduced, but you know, those ones have been so they've been out for so long that it doesn't even matter to me, and I'm not interested in those as much anyways. But this is the main one that I always wanted, and I like it a lot. Anyways, rambling off enough. I gotta get myself going. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm just very happy that they finally made this strap for this watch specifically to match. It could match some other ones, though. In my head, I can't think of which other ones it would really work with. Maybe the Mission to the Moon, perhaps the Mercury, but the Mercury is so dark that this was just kind of stand out. I mean, you could do it, it's gray, it's neutral, but to me, I don't think it works. Maybe because of the gray hardware here. And if you wanted a lighter version of a strap for your MoonSwatch, Mission to the Moon rather, version of it, that would probably be the next one that would match. Other than that, all the other ones are so damn colorful that I don't really see it working. Okay, maybe the Snoopy's moon phase ones, because they're all white or all black and this is neutral. That could work too if you just want a lighter strap for either one of those models. But other than that, yeah, I can't see it working for anything else. Anyways, thanks for watching and enjoy your watches. I shall indeed enjoy this one on this new strap that I got for it today and in the future. Later.